In previous video, we created our new path and now we can configure the operation ID inside it. To add that operation ID, you can just click on this path and on the add operation button. Once you add that, you get the basic details like the operation method and the ID. Now you can just click on this edit button. This lets you add other details to your operation like the summary, operation description. Although these are not mandatory, it contributes to a richer experience in terms of API consumption and makes your API highly detailed for better integrations and developer experience. You can also tag this operation ID based on different use cases. These tags, if you have seen in OpenAPI specification, renders are used to group different operations under the use cases. So you can add certain tags here as well. Please note that one operation can have different tags. As mentioned earlier, you can add multiple parameters simply from the drop-down. Next, we have the security. According to OpenAPI specification, schema comes under security groups that you have to select. So you can select an authorization token and that is added here. This again comes from the component section. Next we have the server. Servers are manually configured here, so you can put the URL description and if there are any variables to inside it or enums. For each variable you can have different enums as well. Now we have the links to the external doc and the description. This helps everybody to directly access the written guide about this API here. Once I am ready, I can click on this button. Now my operation ID is configured. In parameters, if I see, I can get formats as the parameter, which is a parameter for this specific path, not the operation ID. And I see that this is the description of that parameter. So that's how you can build your own API one by one. First by creating a path, and for each path, creating an operation and configuring an operation. If you see, you can also edit from here, and inside a path you get operation, editing the details of the path and delete a path altogether. Like this, we can see that there are different API designs already. But what if I want to preview this design on as to how it will appear to the consumers? I can go to the preview section where all those APIs are rendered here as a tree. Not only that, I can go by tag, which is basically, as mentioned before, different tags are used to group operations, or go by path, which is basically the structure, following the structure of OpenAPI specification design. This view is similar to the catalog view. A deeper dive into it about all these controls is mentioned in the catalog video. As a summary, you can use this to close all the links and just go in a specific path. Like I want to dive deeper into diff and specifically into the get method of it. Simply by clicking on this arrow, I can go back to the root position. If I have moved a bit far from the original position, I can click on move to parent and it goes to the original position. And if I've zoomed out a lot, I can click on this to reset the zoom level. Now for each API, I can open this right side panel to see the code view of the API and switch between YAML or JSON or simply download it. If I go to design again, I can see the same view in terms of code here. But only difference is if there's any validation errors inside this API, you will get a error message here. Based on that, you can go on to that specific line and resolve that error for validity. So that's it for this one. In the next video, we will dive into various other options on editing an API.